Sounds like a lot of supernatural baloney to me.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if this is your first time. If this is your first time, then please feel free to have a delve at the past and the different videos I've done over the years. I've been here for 5 years now, and there's over 1,000 videos. My name is Gareth, and this is Book Songs and Other Magic, and I want to talk to you about what I'm going to read in October, or what I'm intending to read in October. It's probably going to be quite a busy month for me, so I don't know how much reading I'm going to get done, but I'm certainly going to try and read some of these things I'm going to talk about today. So right off the bat, I'm going to read this, which is a book by TJ Klune, which was sent to me by my friend Joe from Book Buds. So massive shout out to Joe and Mary, the Book Buds channel. They do this fantastic channel where they do it together. But I've become close friends with Joe, and he sent me this book because he wanted me to read it, and it's his favourite book from his favourite author, TJ Klune. So I'm going to read this next month for definite. So that's the thing anyway. But then I wanted to talk about Occult Detective October. So it's an event that's run for a couple of years now, and I'm a co-host for the event, and I did say to the other guys that I wasn't going to read tons, but I'm certainly going to focus on that in the month, so I thought I could still justify being a host. And this all came about in celebration of the Occult Detective magazine and our relationship with Dave Brzezinski, who you may know as a commentator on the channels. You may have seen him appear a couple of times on live streams. He was on Is This Thing On with me and Dave at one point. But he's appeared in another live stream as well. And he's one of the editors of the Occult Detective magazine. So it sounds like a strange niche, but this magazine creates this lovely combination of the supernatural and the detective who has been given a case that involves the supernatural. So it's a really interesting mix. And there are a couple of very famous occult detectives. There's some that will go way back, and there's actually an author that's done a lot of that called John Connolly. And I've got a short story book of John Connolly stuff, Nocturnes, here, which I'm hoping to delve into. I've said this before because I had this book since before last year's event, and I know I talked about it in last year's event as well, but I didn't get to it. So I do want to read some of Nocturnes by John Connolly. But probably the most famous occult detective is Harry Dresden from the Dresden Files. And this is the third book, Grave Peril. And this is where I am with the series, the Dresden Files series. Hello. You right?
Hi.
So I may get to this, but my priority will be the Ben Aronovich Rivers of London series, because I'm reading these in order, and I'm on the 5th book now. I've read 4 of them. The 5th book is Foxglove Summer. So I'll definitely be reading this next month, and if I can, I'll get to the 6th book as well, The Hanging Tree. So those are my priorities, the 5th and 6th books of the Rivers of London series. I think this is a great series, and I personally, at the moment, prefer it to the Dresden Files. But I know I've heard that once this series gets going, it's really, really good. And I do like it though, so it's not that it has to get really, really good for me to keep reading it. But I do really like this series, so I will be carrying on with this series as a priority. Then reading that, hoping to read some of that, and probably reading some of this graphic novel, or all of this graphic novel based on the Rivers of London series here. So that's my intention as well. But as a side note, if I get through some of that, and actually I don't want to read Grave Peril, but I do want to read this, that might be a thing. So this is not an occult detective thing, but this is another blend of detective fiction, noir fiction, with dystopian science fiction. So I don't know too much about it, but I know I've seen a couple of people review it. I know Greg reviewed it, and I know Ollie reviewed it. And from what I remember, that's what they said. It was a mix of those two things. I don't really want to know too much more. I want to go in relatively blind, but it's supposed to be fantastic. Titanium Noir. So I would like to read this as well if I can. So this is now on my radar. One of the things about having a big collection of books is that you can draw from these things, right? Like, that's what I'm going to read this month, or this is what I'm going to put in my radar, put on my immediate TBR, and this is now on my immediate TBR. So those are the books I'm looking at for October. Let me know which things you've read, which you would prioritize, and especially what you think of the Rivers of London series, because I really do think it's a great series. And I know that I think Dave might be reading the first one with me. I'm not sure. There's someone else that might be reading the Rivers of London series as well. Can't remember who it is. But anyway, yeah. Let me know below what you think of all that. Thank you so much for watching, and stay curious, everybody.
Paint me a picture of what it's like to be